Okay, good morning everyone. So soon we will have one assignment on first module as well as one surprise test in upcoming week. Okay, so we prepared on first module. I'm not going to tell on which day we will have it. I'm just telling that next week we will have first test. Okay, on first module. So let us start with the next concept of our second module that we left in last lecture. We have started with the operators. Okay, so relational algebra operators. From that we have seen select operator. So when we have to pass one condition and then we can fetch all the data, for that purpose we are using select operator, and sigma will be the symbolic representation used for selection operation. Okay. So now we are starting with next operator, that is project operator, and it is also a unary operator, and this is defined with the help of this pi symbol, and it is used to select desired columns, that is attributes from our table. Okay, so if we want to fetch particular column, okay, suppose we are having list of columns available, that is from our student table. Yesterday we have seen that student table is having two attributes, ID and name of that particular student. And if I want to fetch only ID of particular class, which are the PRN numbers available in those class, so I will use this project operator. So by using this pi, I will write down pi ID into bracket name of that table, that is student. Okay, so in this way we will fetch it. So only this operator is similar to this select statement. Only the difference is we are going to fetch particular column instead of any condition. Okay. So it is also unary operator, and this operator is going to work on single table. So it displays the columns of particular relation or table based on that specified attribute. Okay. So here are some points to remember that. First one is the degree of output relation. Okay, so what is called as degree of output relation? So it is the number of columns present over there is equal to number of attributes mentioned in the attribute list. Okay, this is the first one. Second point, we can take into consideration that it automatically removes all the duplicates while projecting the output relation. And one more thing we can have, if our attribute list is a super key on relation R, then we will always get the same number of tuples in the output relation. This is because there will be no any duplicate retrieved that we have seen in second point. It is automatically removing all the duplicates present in that attribute. Okay, and this operator performs vertical partitioning of relation. Okay, what is partitioning? Let me tell you in short. We are having that point in upcoming video, but let me introduce it. Okay, so right now we are having our table in this way, columns and rows. Okay, so partitioning is of two types. One is horizontal partitioning and second is vertical partitioning. Horizontal partitioning is used by select operator and this vertical partitioning is used by this projection operator. Okay, so what is horizontal partitioning and what is vertical partitioning? So these are our columns, these are rows, and when we will pass particular condition by using this select operation, it will use this horizontal partitioning. It means it is retrieving particular row. Okay, and in vertical partitioning that is used by this projection operator, we are retrieving particular column, so we will retrieve whole particular attribute values. Okay, this is horizontal partitioning and this is vertical partitioning. It is used by select operator and it is used by projection operator. Okay, this is the difference. Now let us move on with next one. Take an example. If we are having a table customer, okay, and for that purpose we are having 3 columns, and if we want to retrieve only 2 columns from that particular table, so for that purpose we will use this project operator. Okay, so here is the customer table. We are having customer ID, customer name and customer city are the 3 attributes of this table, and from this one only we want to retrieve any 2 columns, any 2 attributes. It can be customer ID, customer name, or customer name, customer city, or customer ID, customer city. So for that purpose we are using this projection operator, customer name, customer city into bracket name of that table, that is customer. So it will retrieve this customer name and customer city. So how it will work with SQL? Let me tell you. SQL, like just a minute. So right now we are having stud table, right? Yes, in that we are having no rows are inserted in it. So first of all, let me include some of the rows. Insert into name of that table, stored values into bracket 1 comma suppose A. Okay. Then again I will write down with another value to name B. Okay. So right now we are having 2 rows. Select start from student. Okay, 2 rows are there available in our table. Okay, is it visible for your side now? Yes. Sorry, Yash is not present in this question. Yeah. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to project only 2 columns. We want to display only 2 columns. Right now we are having only 2 columns in our table. So let us try to project only 1 column. So what I will do, select PRN from stud. Okay, so as I told you, select will work vertically and horizontally when we will pass a particular what do we say, condition. Okay, so when we want to work on projection operator and we want to retrieve only particular one column, so it will act like this one. Okay, we are not going to use project word here because select is going to select any particular column from that table. Okay, so that's why we are going to retrieve, we are using 2 symbols. First symbol is used for select operator when we want to pass a particular condition, and second is the projection operator when we want to retrieve particular attribute, but the SQL command will start with select clause. Okay, this is the difference. Understood? Any query? Don't make a confusion. Okay, here if already we are using this sigma, then for retrieving this particular value, so there is one difference. When we are going to pass any condition with and we want to retrieve tuples from that table, we are using sigma, and when we want to retrieve any attribute from that table, vertical attributes from that table, at that time we will use this project operator. Okay, so after that, here is the another one. These are for practice purpose. You have to perform it. When I will provide this PPT, you have to solve it. Okay. Answers are also available in the same PPT. So instead of answers, I will explain. Okay. projection of customer name and status from customer table. Okay, right now here is the table. Customer ID, customer name and status will be the attributes, and from this one we have to project customer name and status. So what we will write down? We will write down pi symbol, then we will write down the name of tables, customer name and status, and into bracket we will write down the name of that table. Okay, so in this way, pi, customer name, status, into bracket, name of that table. So it will retrieve two attributes. Second example is based on this table, student table, projection of ID and name from student table. Okay, so right now we are having four attributes: ID, name, student and age. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to write down project operator, then we have to write down the name of attribute, that is ID and name, and into bracket we will write down the name of table. So here is the solution. Pi operator, that is projection operator, then ID, name that we want to fetch, and from which table? Student table. Okay. Next operator is union operator. Union operator, as the name implies, it is going to combine something. Okay, so something is related to data. So if we are combining, we need two or more tables. Okay, so it acts or it work on this operator is called as a binary operator because it is working on two different tables. Okay, so it is denoted with the help of U symbol. Is there anyone who know about the cursors available here in PowerPoint? Yes, the point of cursors, highlight pointer. Do you know? Anyone? Okay, no problem. I will check and I will have it in next lecture. So, what we say in this one union operator, we have two relations. Suppose R1 and R2. Okay, both are having same columns. Okay, but what we want to do, we have to select all the tuples and rows from these relations. Then we can apply union operator on this relation. Okay, so union is going to combine all the tuples from both the relation. So these tuples are present. These tuples are present in both the tables will only appear once in the union set. What it will do when both the tables are having common tuple, it is going to represent in a single way in output value. Okay, so there is no chance of duplication. So how we will write down this union operator? We are using U symbol for representation of union operator, and as we are working on the two different relations, so we have to write down table 1 union with table 2. Okay, so they are internally working on rows. So how it is working on rows? So performing union operator, we are using course and student table. So course is having three attributes: course ID, student name, student ID. And student table is having three attributes: student ID, student name and student age. Okay, so here we are having course IDs and student name and student ID. Student ID is the primary key of the student table, and this is also another key. We can call it as a candidate key if it is relating with combinedly in another table. Okay, so what we have to perform? We have to perform a union operator. So for that purpose, we have to select any one attribute from both the tables. So which is, here we are in example selecting student name. Okay, so student name, for projection purpose, we are using projection operator. We are writing a name of that attribute. We are writing table. Okay, so project student name from which table? Course table. We are making union with project the same column from another table, that is student name. Okay, so all the tuples from student name attribute will get displayed here, by removing duplication. If in this one we are having two different Adityas names available, but the same person is that one. So what it will do, it will remove that particular duplication and it will retrieve only one Aditya. Okay, so one another thing, uh, yeah, only Aditya is duplicated here. Steve and Steve, from both the one, they are common one, so it will retrieve one only. Paul is there in student table, so it will retrieve only one value. But one more thing, Carl and Rick is not available here, but it will still get displayed in our output because it is available in one table. So it will combine all the values from both the tables by removing redundancies and displaying all the contents or all the values of tables. Okay. So here is a note. There are no duplicate names present in that output, even though we had few common names in both the table. Also in the course table, we had the duplicated name itself. Okay. So another example available here to solve. Table A is given with column 1 and column 2. Table B is given here with column 1 and column 2. Okay, so we are going to apply A union B. So both the tables are available here, column 1 and column 2. So from this one, 1, 1, 1, 1, we will retrieve only one value. Then 1, 2 will get displayed and 1, 3 will get displayed. So 1, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there and 1, 3 is there. Okay. So duplication is removed. Next is intersection operator. Okay. So this operator is also working on two tables. So that's why it is called as a binary operator. And it is denoted by this intersection symbol, inverted U symbol also it is called as. It is used to select common rows from two tables. Okay. In union, we are retrieving all the tuples. But in intersection, we are retrieving only those tuples which are same in both the tables. Okay. फिर से मैं बोलती हूँ, यूनियन में हम लोग सारे टपल्स जो है, सारे रोज जो है, वो रिट्राइव करने वाले हैं, जस्ट उसमें से डुप्लीकेशंस रिमूव करने वाले. लेकिन इंटरसेक्शन में हम क्या करने वाले हैं, जो दो टेबल्स में कॉमन वैल्यूज है, मतलब ए बी में वही वैल्यू है और बी में भी वही वैल्यू है, तो वो वैल्यू हम सिर्फ क्या करने वाले हैं, रिट्राइव करने वाले हैं. सो लेट अस टेक टू रिलेशंस R1 and R2. Both are having same columns and we want to select all the tuples that are present in both the relation. So for that purpose, we can apply intersection operation and it can be written as R1 inverted U R2. Okay. So one note will be there. Only those rows that are present in both the tables that will get appear as a result on our screen. Okay. So table 1 intersection table 2. And these operators we will check out at the time of joining operation. Okay. Joining जो मैंने बोला था आपको, उस वक्त हम लोग ये देखेंगे इंटरसेक्शन कैसे होता है और यूनियन कैसे होता है. ठीक है, in SQL form also. And I'm not going to tell you like previous example I taught in this projection operator how it is working with SQL and how, because it is little bit difficult. Right now we are not starting with SQL. Okay, so some of the initial statements I am telling you how to create a table, how to insert values, but they are particular DML and DDL statements. So that's why what we are going to do, only these few concepts we will learn right now with this SQL command line. But afterward, when we will finish this relational algebra, we are moving with actual SQL commands to explain all these operators one by one. Okay. So right now we are having the syntax of intersection operator. Table name, we are using inverted symbol of U and then table name 2. Okay. Then let us take an example. So here we are having the same table, course and student name. Okay. So this is the same table we are using. And on that we are applying intersection operator. So for that purpose we are using the same attribute name we had used in our union operator. So from projection operator, we are going to project student name from course table by using intersection with projection operator, name of that attribute student name, and from student table. ओके तो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया है, प्रोजेक्शन ऑपरेटर यूज किया है सिलेक्ट करने के लिए, पर्टिकुलर एट्रीब्यूट सिलेक्ट करने के लिए जिसका नाम है स्टूडेंट नेम। वो फर्स्ट रिलेशन जो है जिसका नाम है कोर्स, एंड वी आर परफॉर्मिंग हम लोग इंसर्शन ऑपरेटर यूज कर रहे हैं इस पे अनदर रिलेशन पे जिसमें से हमने स्टूडेंट नेम सिलेक्ट किया है। तो ये ऑपरेटर क्या करेगा, इन दोनों में से जो कॉमन वैल्यूज है वो यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले करेगा। तो कॉमन वैल्यूज कौन कौन सी है इसमें, लेट अस टेक आदित्य इज कॉमन, स्टीव इज कॉमन, पॉल इज देयर, लूसी इज देयर, बट Carl and Rick is not available. So only Aditya, Steve, Paul and Lucy will get displayed. Okay, so let us check. Yes, Aditya, Steve, Paul and Lucy will get displayed on our screen. Okay. Next one is the set difference. Set difference is also going to perform on two different relations. So that's why it is called as a binary operator. Then it is defined with this minus symbol. And we are having two relations R1 and R2. And if we want to select all the tuples that are present in R1 but not present in R2, then we can be using set difference like R1 minus R2. Okay, तो हम क्या करने वाले हैं, अगर मुझे all the tuples which are present in R1 but not present in R2 जो मुझे डिस्प्ले करने हैं वही, तो मैं क्या करूंगी, R1 minus R2 यूज करूंगी। अगर मुझे all the tuples from R2 रिलेशन में से डिस्प्ले करने हैं बट नॉट प्रेजेंट इन R1, तो मैं क्या लिखूंगी यहाँ पे, R2 minus R1. Okay, this is the simple one. So the syntax for this set difference is table name minus table name 1 minus table name 2. Let us take an example. अभी यहाँ पे हमने सेम टेबल लिए हैं, कौन सा, स्टूडेंट और कोर्स, जो अभी हमने लास्ट स्लाइड में भी देखा है। तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है मुझे, सपोज स्टूडेंट इज R1 एंड कोर्स इज R2. ओके, क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग, स्टूडेंट टेबल को R1 कर रहे हैं, कोर्स टेबल को R2 कर रहे हैं। तो मुझे क्या करना है, स्टूडेंट में जो प्रेजेंट है लेकिन कोर्स में जो प्रेजेंट नहीं है वही मुझे नेम्स क्या करने हैं, डिस्प्ले करने हैं। तो क्या करूंगी मैं, प्रोजेक्ट ऑपरेटर डिफाइन करूंगी। किस एट्रीब्यूट पे वर्क कर रहे हैं हम लोग, स्टूडेंट नेम पे वर्क कर रहे हैं। कौन सा टेबल हमारा फर्स्ट टेबल है, किसमें से डेटा रिट्राइव करना है, स्टूडेंट से। तो माइनस प्रोजेक्ट ऑपरेटर सेम एट्रीब्यूट नेम बट इट इज फ्रॉम अनदर टेबल दैट इज कोर्स। तो R1 माइनस R2 स्टूडेंट में प्रेजेंट है लेकिन कोर्स में नहीं, ऐसे कौन से हैं, चलो देखते हैं हम लोग। यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट में प्रेजेंट है लेकिन कोर्स में नहीं। आदित्य इज अवेलेबल, स्टीव इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल, पॉल इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल, लूसी इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल, कार्ल एंड रिक, these two are not available in this course but available in student, so the output will get displayed only Carl and Rick. Agenda is to display R1 minus R2 and only R1 is having tuples but not R2, so Carl and Rick will get displayed. Okay, समझ में आ गया set difference. Okay, next one is the Cartesian product. Just a minute, let me drink some water. Now what is Cartesian product? So Cartesian product is also our binary operator as it is working on two different tables. Okay, so it is defined with this X symbol, or it is also called as a multiplication symbol in mathematics, and it is also called as a cross symbol. So let us, we have two relations here and we want to perform Cartesian product on these one. So what we will do, we will combine each tuple of first relation with each tuple of another relation. Okay, so उसको लिखेंगे कैसे हम, R1 into R2 और R1 Cartesian product R2 इसका प्रोनाउंसिएशन होगा। कंबाइन कैसे करने वाले हैं हम लोग इसको, पहले टपल्स, पहले रिलेशन के ऑल द टपल्स है उसको हम लोग दूसरे रिलेशन के टपल्स से कंबाइन करने वाले। Okay, let us take a simple example here. So table 1 is R, table second is S here. Table 1 is having column A and column B two attribute. Table S is having column X and column Y attributes. So these are the values present over here. Right now we had only three tuples because we have to perform Cartesian product. So the result will get displayed in larger values form. Okay. So what is the agenda of Cartesian product? We are going to combine all the tuples with all the tuples of another relation. So AA100 will get combined with all the tuples of this another table. BB is going to combine with all the tuples of this second table. CC is going to combine with all the tuples of this table. It means we are going to combine AA 100 with XX 99, YY 11, ZZ 101. Then we will combine BB 200 with XX 99, YY 11, ZZ 10. And then we will combine CC 300 with XX, YY and ZZ. This is Cartesian product. It is combination of all the tuples. Here is a note I have added. The number of rows in the output will always be the cross product of the number of rows in the each table. Okay, so in our example, table 1 has 3 rows and table 2 has 3 rows. So output rows will be 3 multiplied by 3, 9 rows. So suppose we are having on first table 2 rows and second table with 2 rows. So how many tuples will get displayed? 2 into 2, 4. Okay. So the output will have 4 tuples. So in this way Cartesian product will work on. Next operator is rename operator. Rename operator is the unary operator as it is working on single table. Suppose we want to change the name of particular relation at the time of creation of database. If we are having particular relation over there and suddenly we want to change the name of that table. So this rename operator we will use. Okay. So it is used to rename or change the relation name or any particular attribute of that relation. So for that purpose we are having syntax. We will use this p symbol, small p symbol. So we will write down new relation name comma old relation name into bracket. Okay. Example is customer table here and we want to change the name with cust underscore names. So we will use this small p. New relation is cust underscore names and हमारे एट्रीब्यूट नेम चेंज करना है तो हमें क्या करना होगा कॉमा उस एट्रीब्यूट का नाम रिट्राइव करना होगा किसमें से कस्टमर नेम टेबल से. ओके. So this will be the rename operator. Next one is the extended operator. Before that, let's take an overlook on these operators. We have started with the select one. Okay. So basic operators we have seen: select, project, union, set difference, Cartesian and rename. Okay. But as union we are having some common things or some of the things with intersection. So intersection also we have seen. So it is coming on derived operations. Okay. So select operator is used to predicate or retrieve the tuples, okay, from particular table. So it is working horizontally on that table. So sigma is the symbol and we are working on single table. So it is unary operator. Then project operator, pi symbol is used. It is working on columns or attributes of that table. So it is working vertically on that table and it is also working on single table. So it is also. Then we have seen union operator. It combines two tables. So it is called as binary operators. U is used to represent union operator. Then intersection we had. It is also binary operator. It is working on two different tables and it retrieves only common values from both the tables. Okay. Then set difference. If we want to retrieve the tuples which is available in one table but not in another one, at that time we will use the set difference. It is also working on two different tables, so we are calling it as a binary operator. And after that, Cartesian product, it is also binary product. It is working on two different tables, so it is combining all the relations from both the tables, and example also we have seen. And the last one is the rename. Okay, rename operator is used to change the name of particular relation or attribute. If we want to change the name of relation, we are using this syntax. We are writing only new name comma old name of that relation, and if we want to change the attribute name, then we are using this rename operator with new name that we want to set with particular old name of that attribute from particular table. Okay, so these are the operators, basic operators. The next one is the extended operators, which will have join, intersection and divide. So let us take an overlook of join. Which time we had? Okay, we are having much more time. So join is binary operation because we are working on two different tables that is used to combine the product and selection in one single statement. Okay, so we are going to combine two different tables. We are going to have the result from two different tables by applying particular condition also, and it is going to be displayed in a single table. Okay, so what is the goal of these joins? Why it is needed? So goal of creating join condition is that it helps you to combine data from multiple join tables. Okay, so what does it requires? So when suppose some of the students from SYCSE are working with ACM chapter of WC, okay, and we want to retrieve the tuples of those students who are working uh, by providing condition that I want to retrieve the students who are working in ACM chapters with their address. Okay, so at that time I will use this. So address is available in first table, that is all the details of SYCSE, and the student details, those who are working with ACM chapter, is available in another way. So when we will have joining operation over there, we can retrieve these kind of values. Okay, so there are few types of joins. This is the important concept, remember these things, but the simple one. Okay, though these are not toughest one. So what are the types of join? Inner join and outer join. Okay, so inner join is again having two different types: natural join and equijoin. Outer join is again having left outer join, right outer join and full outer join. Okay, so let us see one by one. What is inner join? It is widely used join operation. Mostly inner joins are using. So that's why it is called as a default join type. Okay, so it is going to retrieve the rows from both the tables which satisfies given condition. Okay, दो टेबल पे वर्कआउट होगा, एक कंडीशन अप्लाई की जाएगी, जो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेगा वो टपल जो है फ्रॉम बोथ द टेबल विल गेट डिस्प्ले. नेचुरल जॉइन क्या है? नेचुरल जॉइन जिसको हम इस क्रॉस सिंबल से, यस, एनीवन वांट टू से समथिंग? तो वो क्या करता है? डज नॉट यूटिलाइज एनी कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर. So what it do? He just uses those attributes that have the same name and domain. So in this type of join, there should be at least one common attribute between these two relations. यहाँ पे क्या होता था? कॉमन एट्रीब्यूट की जरूरत नहीं थी, लेकिन जो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करता है वो हमें रिट्राइव करना है। यहाँ पे क्या होगा, कॉमन एट्रीब्यूट की एक रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो होनी ही चाहिए। देन एंड देन ओनली इट विल रिट्राइव द नेम्स or attributes with same name and domain. So it will perform selection forming equality on those attributes which will appear in both the relations, and it is going to eliminate duplicate attributes. Okay. So right now this is the theoretical part. When we will move on with the actual working with SQL, you can understand better. Okay, why it is working on single attribute only. Sorry, why it is needed one common attribute in both the relations, and what is the meaning of equality on those attributes. Okay, and how it is going to remove the duplicate attributes from both the tables. So here is an example. Two tables are available here, C and D. Okay, so C is having two attributes, number and square, with particular values. So number is squared with value stored in this attribute, and third one is, sorry, next table is the number and cube. All the cube values are stored here. Okay, right now what we have to do, C natural join with D. Okay, so for that purpose we will apply C natural join with D. उसका क्या मतलब है कि हमें क्या करना है, पहले तो सेम नेम एक एट्रीब्यूट का होना चाहिए बोथ द टेबल्स में। वो है क्या, यस, नम इज हैविंग कॉमन इन बोथ द टेबल्स। आफ्टर दैट उस पे हमें अप्लाई करना है रिलेशन, उसके बेसिस पे रिलेशन अप्लाई करना है, और both all the values will get displayed on our screen, जिसमें से डुप्लीकेट वैल्यूज रिमूव होंगे। तो वो अप्लाई कर सकते हैं कि हम लोग, यस 2 4, यस हम यहाँ पे ले सकते हैं, और सेकेंड है 3 9 and 18, sorry 27 will be the answer, mistyped here 18. Okay, so first column is displayed here with values 2 and 3, then square is displayed here and cube is displayed here. This is the natural join. Okay, one common attribute will be there, duplicate values are removed. Okay, so यहाँ पे duplicate value जो है num की 3 3, यहाँ पे ऐसे नहीं लिखा है कि 3 यहाँ पे स्क्वायर 9 है, यहाँ पे क्यूब को नल वैल्यू दिया है, नहीं, इन तीनों वैल्यूज को एक ही रो में क्या किया है, डिस्प्ले किया है। तो हमारा जो दूसरा रो था डुप्लीकेट हो सकता था, 3 स्क्वायर को डैश करके क्यूब में 27 लिखा होता, so that will get displayed here. Okay, that is the redundancy. Next is the equijoin. Okay, what equijoin will do? It performs a join against equality. Same thing as we are performing join operation, or matching column values that are associated with particular table. What is the symbolic representation? Equal sign we are using here. That is used for comparison operator in the where clause to refer the equality. Okay, यहाँ पे comparison operator में क्या करेगा, equal sign यूज करेगा। मतलब क्या करेगा, मुझे क्या फाइंड आउट करना है, I want to find out all the tuples, all the values, or all the information of suppose Pallavi. So I will write down select star from table name student where name is equal to Pallavi. So star will indicate all the attributes of that student table. Okay, and equality type. Okay, where clause में जो मैंने अभी condition दिया है, let me write down that statement so it will get easy to understand. Okay, so I will write down select star from student. Okay, so where क्या करना है, हमें name के हिसाब से अप्लाई करना है. Okay, so name क्या है मेरा, पल्लवी है, तो ये क्या करेगा, हमारे स्टूडेंट टेबल में से सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स रिट्राइव करेगा, पर किसके करेगा, सिर्फ पल्लवी के. ओके, तो पल्लवी का पीआरएन नेम क्या है, मिडल नेम क्या है, सर नेम क्या है, उसका मोबाइल नंबर क्या है, उसका एड्रेस क्या है, तो ये सारे टेबल्स जो है, सॉरी एट्रीब्यूट्स जो है उसमें से रिट्राइव करेगा, वही इक्वी ज्वाइन करता है। जब हम दो टेबल्स और रिलेशंस कंबाइन करते हैं तो जो कंडीशंस हमने अप्लाई की है उसको एग्जैक्टली मैच जो है वो फाइंड आउट करके हमें क्या करने वाला है, डेटा रिट्राइव करने वाला है। बट देयर इज वन कंडीशन। अब क्या कंडीशन है, यू मे ऑल्सो परफॉर्म इक्वी ज्वाइन बाय यूजिंग ज्वाइन कीवर्ड। ओके, हम ये इक्वी ज्वाइन अभी इक्वल टू साइन से देखा, अब ज्वाइन कीवर्ड से भी कर सकते हैं, बट उसके साथ हमें ऑन कीवर्ड यूज करना है। ओके, दैट वी विल चेक इट आउट। जस्ट रिमेंबर, इक्वी ज्वाइन कैन बी shown with the help of equal to sign, as well as it can be performed with the help of join word followed by on. So join is going to tell you you have to combine R1 relation with R2, and on is going to tell that on which condition you are going to apply. Okay, so it is going to specify particular column name along with their associated tables to check the equality. This is equijoin. So here is the table. So sorry, syntax: select column list from table 1 comma table 2. Okay, दोनों टेबल नेम्स जो है मैंने यहाँ पे लिखे। तो क्या करना है, यहाँ पे कंडीशन मैंने वेयर में डाली है। सो टेबल नेम जो फर्स्ट है उसमें से ये कॉलम नेम एंड टेबल नेम सेकंड में से ये कॉलम नेम जो है वो कॉमन होगा। ओके, ये एक हमारा सिंटैक्स है जिसमें हमने यहाँ पे इक्वली इक्वी जॉइन का इक्वल ऑपरेटर यूज किया है। अनदर सिंटैक्स इज सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम टेबल वन। यहाँ पे सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स मैंने रिट्राइव किए हैं। स्टार इज गोइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट ऑल द एट्रीब्यूट्स। कहाँ से, टेबल 1 से। ओके, तो वो क्या करेगा, ज्वाइन करेगा किससे, टेबल 2 से। लेकिन किस बेसिस पे करेगा, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस कंडीशन। लेकिन वो कंडीशन तभी अप्लाई होगी जब यहाँ पे आप ऑन वर्ड यूज करेंगे। सो सिलेक्ट ऑल द एट्रीब्यूट्स फ्रॉम टेबल 1 by combining it with table 2 by applying condition by using on keyword. Okay, so this is the syntax of equi join. So here is the example, small example given here with less attributes. Okay, so new one is the table 1 and new 2 another table. Okay, so it is having two attributes, id column 1, id column 2. both the condition join condition ज्वाइनिंग जो हम परफॉर्म करते हैं ऑपरेशन, उसकी कंडीशन है यहाँ पे एक एट्रीब्यूट हमारा कॉमन होगा। तो यहाँ पे आईडी जो है वो कॉमन है, लेकिन कॉलम 1 कॉलम 2 हमारे क्या है, डिफरेंट है। बरोबर, एम आई राइट? तो हमें क्या करना है, इक्वी ज्वाइन परफॉर्म करना है। तो मैं क्या करूंगी, मुझे सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स रिट्राइव करने हैं। मतलब कौन कौन से, आईडी कॉलम 1 एंड आईडी कॉलम 2। तो मैं क्या करूंगी, सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम न्यू 1, ये टेबल जो है पहला न्यू 1 लिखूंगी, उसको किससे कंबाइन करना है, न्यू 2 के। तो मैं क्या करूंगी, यहाँ पे ज्वाइन ऑपरेटर यूज करूंगी। देन क्या कंडीशन पास करनी है, न्यू 1 में जो आईडी 1 है उसमें से जो कॉलम न्यू 2 के जो आईडी कॉलम है उसमें इक्वल जो होंगे वो मुझे क्या करने हैं, यहाँ पे वैल्यूज रिट्राइव करनी है। तो क्या होगा यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे क्या है, फर्स्ट कॉलम जो है हमारा आईडी है, कॉलम 1 है जिसमें वैल्यूज क्या है, 2A2। ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, 2A2 रिट्राइव होगा। यहाँ पे कुछ है क्या कॉलम ऐसे, 2 है, डेफिनेटली है। हमने क्या किया है, सिर्फ आईडीज कॉमन रखे हैं। यहाँ पे कंडीशन क्या डाला है मैंने, सिर्फ आईडी का जो कॉमन वैल्यू है वही होगा। ओके, सो 2 है तो 2 यहाँ पे रिट्राइव होगा, 2A2 2B2, 2A2 2B2। देन 5A5, यहाँ पे है क्या, 5 है, 5 यस, 5 आईडी है, यहाँ पे B5 है, तो यहाँ पे 5A5 5B5। देन 3A3, देन 3 अवेलेबल है क्या, हाँ यहाँ पे है, लेकिन उसमें नल वैल्यू है कॉलम 2 को, तो एज इट इज डालेंगे हम लोग, 3A3 3 डैश। नेक्स्ट है 1 डैश, यहाँ पे है 1 की वैल्यू कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन यहाँ पे सेकेंड कॉलम में 1 की वैल्यू है B1, तो वो एज इट इज हम लोग लिखेंगे 1 डैश 1 B1। ओके, लेकिन 4 वैल्यू यहाँ पे है क्या, नहीं, तो वो यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले होगी क्या, नहीं, क्योंकि वो क्या करता है, इस कंडीशन को satisfy नहीं करता है. In the same way, we are removing that from displaying as output. In the same way, in second column, we are having sixth ID which is not available in our first table. So we are not going to display that. It is not matching with each other. So only these 5 tuples will get displayed. This is called as a equi-join. Okay, any query here? We will stop here because we have seen all the values much more. Like first one, the basic operator, select, transaction, then union, then intersection, then set difference, then rename. After that, we have seen joins, natural join. Then from that one, we have seen inner join and equi-join. Okay, so this much is okay for today. Is there any query? Yes. Okay, let me check out when I will have. Yeah, yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. अनिकेत, क्या होता है कभी कभी फॉरवर्ड हो जाता है. Once again, thank you so much. Devang is asking, ma'am, when did you mention about the test? I'm not mentioning anything in statement about test. It is the surprise test. Okay. So in next week we will have. It can be any day. It can be Monday. Monday also we are having lecture at 2:15 to 2:30. Sorry, 3:15. Or it can be on Tuesday, it can be on Thursday, or it can be on Friday. Any day you will have test. It is the surprise one, so I'm not mentioning. Yes, I will share first module PPT. Okay, Dhaneshwar. I will share on Moodle. Okay, everything will get shared on Moodle. Experiments, material, videos I will share on YouTube because I think Moodle is not providing that much size to share something. So I will share videos on Moodle, sorry, YouTube. Okay, on my channel only. Okay, so please check out. But I will require some time to upload those videos. Okay, so once I will upload those videos on YouTube, I will share that information. But today only I will share first module PPT. Okay, everything is clear here. Any other query related to concept not understood? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything is clear.
Yes.
Pallavi.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashish.
No, ma'am.
No, which concept? Okay. Siddhi, everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Karthi? Shrutika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Navjot?
Yes, ma'am.
Then Kshitij?
Yes, ma'am.
Nirja?
Yes, ma'am.
Bhavika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So don't think about that. I'm not asking particular name. I'm randomly taking name from participants. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
In lab experiments, we have to provide DIF files of AR diagrams or images.
Diagrams.
Means
Whatever. Yeah,
doc.
doc file. You are using dia software, right? You have
Yes.
to convert it into particular format. It can be Word, paste that file, whatever you created, diagram file into Word and upload Word file to your link. Okay. Don't
Okay.
upload images, don't upload RAR files. It is difficult to download each and every file and then extract it and then check it out. Okay. So try to upload Word file as simple as possible. And one more thing, if you are pasting any image now, so at that time check out those image must be clear one. Okay, and one by one image you have to paste, because if you are pasting more images at a time, it will have some time problem to display on screen. Okay, so try it first. It is easy, but sometimes it happens. In Devang is asking, I exported to PNG. No problem, you can use PNG format, but while uploading, you have to upload only Word document. Don't upload any PNG format or anything. It is easy to check. Okay. So if you are uploading 135 students are there, and if you all are uploading RAR files, so it is difficult to extract each and every file, to relate each and every answer with first question, second question, and all these things. Okay, so that's why I'm asking to upload only one single file to your one document, one question, one assignment. Okay. Today only I will share assignment also for our classes, not experiments. Okay, for classes. Everything is clear? Yes? Any other? Vishal? Everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have any query, you can ask me later on also. Okay. So thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Don't forget